When I was asked to introduce Merrill Markoe for this event, I was beyond thrilled and honored. The first time I met her, I was well aware of her respected status as an innovative comedy writer. We were at a benefit, and she read a piece about a distraught friend coming over for comfort, and we hear the inner thoughts of Merrill's dog. The dog, who holds a vigil at her friend's feet, waits desperately for the moment when Merrill's friend... Ta-da! Merrill's friend turns away from their hysterical grief to play fetch with the dirt and saliva-encrusted, semi-deflated soccer ball the dog has gently placed on the friend's knee. Literally, not figuratively. Literally, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe, and I can assure you I'm a tough crowd. I've read all of her books, and what pisses me off, and as you will see in this video packet, she's excelled at every damn thing she's ever tried. But she's uneasy about this award because she's modest. So I thought I'd share some of our emails back and forth discussing this evening's celebration of her. Merrill, I have a request for your services, which you can certainly refuse. Please know that. Okay, here it is. The Writers Guild has decided to give me an award. When they told me this, my first reaction was, why? If they had said it was for being creative or plucky, I would have been good. But I'm feeling weird about an award for something I did 30 years ago. I have to try and focus on gratitude, but come on, it's weird. My response: I would be completely honored, and here's why you shouldn't feel weird. Your contribution changed the entire tone of the late night format and humor. There was The Tonight Show, which we all loved, and then there was David Letterman's show, which represented an entire shift and an end to the formality of talk shows. The introduction of highly personal and specific humor that didn't exist before. Your humor brought the audience along. It was a sophisticated approach to juvenile material that allowed everyone else who appeared on the show to be their true selves, however odd that may be. Sorry, but it spoke for a generation. You couldn't have Colbert, Fallon, Kimmel, etc. without Letterman's show. I recognize that it was 30 years ago, but the fact that you're being honored for it today shows that people know it's you who made it groundbreaking. Merrill, thank you. I've never been to a Writers Guild Award. My guess is it's a lot lower key than the rest of the award shows. I bought an Armani jacket on eBay yesterday for $37.50. I might wear that. And P.S., please don't tell anyone else about my weird feelings about the award. My response: oh, Merrill, I would never. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy a look at Merrill Markoe's work.
The word stunned doesn't begin to explain how I felt about finding out I was getting this award. It's the first time I've ever been nominated for anything unaccompanied by between 8 and 10 white guys in baseball caps. Which, of course, is kind of a comforting paradigm because it always meant that there's no way I was going to be the worst dressed one on stage. But to have my name in the same sentence as Paddy Chayefsky, I mean, that is breathtaking. And how ironic is it that I was just getting ready to go out and pitch a non-binary, gender-neutral reboot of his famed script, Marty. It's very similar to the original. But instead of arguing about dates, he has a big fight with his mother about her refusal to use the pronoun they. It's a Marty joke. I actually read a book about Paddy Chayefsky when I found out I was getting this award. And the thing I related to most strongly about him was his remarks about working in the early days of TV, because he said it was very exciting. Every day was an experiment. And weirdly, that was the circumstance also with the beginning of the Letterman Show, back when we were sort of reformatting the talk show. We just filled that mother up with everything we could think of, which brings me to the first person I need to thank, which is Mr. Letterman, for saying yes to putting that stuff on the air. I had pitched numbers of those ideas other places. Nobody else ever said yes. Including, Dave didn't always say yes. He said no to dog poetry, which is the thing you just saw. But then he let me pitch a segment called Things You Will Never See on the Show. And he let me put it in there, so thank you to Dave and to the writers I hired who were in the trenches with me when the show first started. Tom Gamble, Max Pross, Steve O'Donnell, Andy Breckman, Gerard Mulligan, George Meyer, Carl Tiedemann, Steve Weiner. There are so many other writers, but if I start reading all those names off now, it'll be like that Saturday Night Live thing. We just... Geez, they have a lot of writers. I also need to thank Hal Gurney, who was our director on the show, who is just a brilliant, inventive guy. And lastly, I want to thank my mother, who, when I told her I was changing careers and going to try to get work as a writer, insisted on reading my work, and then sat in front of me and looked me in the eyes and said, "Well, I don't happen to care for it, but I pray I'm wrong." I kind of felt terrible about that for a while, but then I found her copy of the Dickens Reader, and I noticed that on the title page of David Copperfield, in her very distinctive handwriting, she had written, not one of his better efforts. I was not impressed. So thank you for helping to answer my mom's prayers, and here's to more women working in late night. Thank you.